Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Buckle up. Get ready for takeoff. Today, we're flying into the territory of the paranormal. Yes, it's a little bit of politics today, but more in the realm of the supernatural. That's right. I came across a video, and this guy was talking about the remarkable coincidences about a certain movie about a certain person. That's right. Now, I know why you clicked on this video. We're going to get right into it. We really are. And I'm just trying to build it up a little bit because we're going to go into another story that was written a long time ago before the event actually happened. Just to put things into context. So what is the name of this movie? Who are we talking about? Well, we're talking about Charlie Kirk. Again. I promise we're going to get off this Charlie Kirk. Kirk. What did I say Cook for? His name is Kirk, not Cook. I'm just like, no. He's named after James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. He really is. His name is Charlie James Kirk. I'm surprised nobody else on YouTube has mentioned that. So what is the phenomenon, these paranormal, spooky stuff we're going to talk about today? And it's actual fact. I couldn't believe it until I looked it up. And it's a movie called Snake Eyes, stars Nicolas Cage. And it came out in 1998, 27 years before the event took place. Yeah, what a coincidence. Charlie Kirk also had his birthday's October 14th. Somebody else was, I forgot, I should have wrote it down. Dadgummit. No. Damn. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Buckle up. Get ready for takeoff. Today, we're flying into the territory of the paranormal, the supernatural. That's right. That's our destination today. More specifically, the paranormal event is surrounding Charlie Kirk. This is my fourth take on this video. Earlier take, I called him Charlie Cook. I don't mean to do that. His name is Cook. You can see how I can... Well, anyway. This is about the paranormal. So what exactly is going on here? It's about Charlie Kirk. What supernatural thing could be happening here? What are we talking about specifically? We're talking about a movie that came out 27 years ago called Snake Eyes, starring Nicolas Cage. Yes, Snake Eyes. And there's so many parallels. It's just too much to just be coincidental, right? Okay, when we're down here, we're going to go to our history books to see, has this happened before? Yes, it has. I'm a history buff, so we're gonna put this in historical context here. First we're talking about Charlie, and then we're gonna go to the other event that happened over 100 years ago. A man wrote a book about a certain ship. A few years later, it actually happened. So many coincidences, right? This is possible. It's in the realm of possibilities. So what about the movie Snake Eyes starring Nicolas Cage? Look it up. Google search it. Do all the research you want. There is this billboard. And it has an advertisement about a boxing match on September the 10th. at 10 p.m. Now, this movie happened 27 years before the actual event, which it happened. Well, let's stick with the facts. So we got this billboard. I'm going to show it on the screen. I don't know which direction, because when I split screen it, I'm going to do my best to show you the billboard. Let me see if I can do it here. Let's see. Search. No. Come on. Okay. Let's see if I can put it on the screen for you. Can you see it? Okay. Now, let me put it on the. So you do a screenshot. Get your screenshot. We have here Tyler the Executioner fighting against somebody else. And notice the date is September the 10th. Now, Charlie Kirk was assassinated on September the 10th in Utah by a man named Tyler. And in this movie, he's referred to as the Executioner. Now, remarkably, and Tyler the Executioner is also supposed to be some gatekeeper at the Masonic Lodge. The gatekeeper to some secrets. And you can look up the Masonic undertones to that. I'm not a Mason, so I'm just going on what I've heard. Oh my gosh. Here's another picture. Let me see. Oh, okay, so the boxer's name is Lincoln Tyler. The Executioner, right? What a coincidence. Because Lincoln was assassinated at the Ford Theater by Charles Wilcox Booth. That's right. Abraham Lincoln, who was a U.S. president, was assassinated at the Ford Theater. His name is Lincoln Tyler. Someone, you got to see this to believe it. Okay. I'm going to put this up on the screen. $666 times 3 equals 1998. Isn't that spooky? You got 666 times 3 equals 1998. I saw that just now. Okay, so in the movie Snake Eyes, like I said, we have Lincoln Tyler, the Executioner. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilcox Booth. The guy who took Charlie's life, his name is Tyler Robinson. So, oh yeah, wow. This is real coincidence. Oh, wow. And they're making this hand gesture. You've seen that, right? I'm doing my best to put this on the screen. Okay. Now, in this movie, the guy who gets assassinated in this 1998 film, his name is Charles Kirkland. Kind of eerie, huh? And he gets shot in the neck. Now, what are the odds of that? Oh, really? I mean, what are the mathematical odds? Also, I want to bring it to your attention. I'll put it on the split screen if I have to. There is this... let's see. Okay. Okay, I want to bring this to your attention too. I'm going to show you a picture. Keep that in mind. There's a blonde woman with a white dress. Charlie Kirk's wife. What was she wearing at the memorial? A white dress. She has blonde hair, wearing a white dress. We have a blonde woman with a white dress. This man here, she's sitting next to. This guy here, that's Charles Kirkland. That's the guy that's gonna, well, dadgummit. I lost it. Oh man, I lost the whole thing. Okay, we're back. The tablet I just had, I was showing you the picture, it decided to quit. Talk about eerie, right? Like someone don't want me to make this video, right? Just quit, just like that. It was working just fine. It's like I can't explain it. I can't explain it. So I got the laptop. Always have a backup system. So I showed you the picture of the woman with the blonde hair and the white dress. Now Charlie Kirk's wife wore a white dress at the memorial, and she wore it a few other times too. Just pointing that out there. And it takes place on September the 10th. Charlie Kirk was assassinated on September the 10th. The assassin's name is Tyler. In this movie, we have a boxer, but he's not the assassin, though. But he was a distraction for the assassinator. So we have Lincoln Tyler in the movie. He's known as the executioner. Well, Tyler Robinson in real life shot Charlie Kirk. Coincidence? You got to think about that. And he shot him in the neck. In the movie, Charles Kirkland was shot in the neck. The character's name is Charles Kirkland. So Charles Kirkland was shot in the neck by a sniper in a very public arena. Well, Charlie Kirk was killed in a public arena in front of millions of people. Just like... So you got to think about that. Charles Kirkland is the name of the character in the movie Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage. Charlie Kirk is the real life person who was assassinated. Charles Kirkland was shot in the neck. Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck. It was done on September the 10th. This was done on September the 10th to Charlie Kirk. We have, in the movie, we have Abraham Lincoln. I've already stated Abraham Lincoln is a former U.S. president who was shot at the Ford Theater. And I've added to the fact, you got this blonde woman wearing a white dress. Charlie Kirk's wife wore a white dress. She had blonde hair. So, you got all these coincidences that are happening, right? And they're kind of like all lined up. Now, a few videos have been made about this saying that, okay, we got the all-seeing eye that was prevalent. There's another scene with a checkered floor that's supposedly Masonic. We got the hand sign going on. You're going to watch these videos on this topic, right? So mine won't be the only one that pops up. So you're going to look at something else. There was a guy in the audience, just like in Charlie Kirk's assassination, with long hair and a beard. And in the movie, we have a similar character who was standing up, cheering, yeah, with long hair and a beard, right? This random dude, who I don't know who he was. But in Charlie Kirk's, when it happened to him, there was this random dude with long hair and a beard who was going, remember that? That people talked about, who is this guy? Why would he do that when the guy was just shot? right? So there are several parallels going on here in the movie Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage and what happened in real life. Charles Kirkland, Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson, Lincoln Tyler, shot in the neck on September the 10th. And it happened at the Taj Mahal, which at that time in 1998 was owned by Donald Trump. And even in the movie, there's a guy that's supposed to represent Donald Trump. And there's lots of other conspiracies, and you can look all this up yourself. I'm not going to go into the other conspiracy stuff. But now let's go into history. I'm a history buff. Has this happened before? Could it be a random coincidence? Now the conspiracy people say, oh my gosh, it's predictive programming. Is it? Maybe. So, there was a book that was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. We're going to go back to the Titanic, which happened around my birthday, April 17th. I think it was April 12th. Okay, so the book written before the Titanic disaster, what details a similar event in Morgan Robertson's 1898 novel, Futility, The Wreck of the Titan. That's the name of the novel. The similarities between the fictional disaster and the actual sinking of the RMS Titanic 14 years later are uncanny. True story. You can look this up about the Titanic and the Titan. The similarities. You can Google search this. Ship name. The fictional ship was the Titan. The real ship was the Titanic. Reputation. Both were considered unsinkable and were the largest ships of their day. Cause of sinking. Both sank in the North Atlantic after hitting an iceberg in April. I was born in April. What does everything happen around my birthday? What is it about my birthday that there's another national disaster that happened in Palo Alto long before Columbine existed? There was another tragedy that 5 days long these high school students lived in terror. True story. We may talk about that later. Okay, cause of casualties. In both scenarios, a shortage of lifeboats led to a catastrophic loss of life. Details. Both ships were similar in size, length, and speed when they struck the iceberg. That's it. The incredible resemblance between the events of the novel and the actual disaster led many to believe Robertson had psychic abilities. However, as a former sailor, Robertson had a deep understanding of maritime trends and shipbuilding. He noted the dangerous trend of building bigger, faster ships without increasing safety measures, making the fictional disaster a logical and informed prediction rather than a supernatural one. There you go. So, we have the Titanic and the Titan. Okay? And, wow. You would have thought predictive programming. There was no television back then. But this happened. Now, go to today. We have the movie Snake Eyes, starring Nicolas Cage. I feel like I'm repeating myself, and that's okay, because I don't know when people are jumping in this video. So, again, what are the parallels? Like I said, Charlie Kirk is the real-life person. Charles Kirkland is the fictional person. Then you have Tyler Robinson is the real shooter. But he's not. But Lincoln Tyler is not the shooter in the movie. He's merely a boxer known as the Executioner. But I don't know who the real shooter was. But he was supposed to be the decoy. He's supposed to take a fall so the audience is on him and not on the assassin who killed Charles Kirkland in the movie. Then you add to the fact the blonde woman in the white dress. Add to the fact it happened in September the 10th. Charlie Kirk was assassinated on September the 10th. So we got all these coincidences, right? It could be just that. As we have mentioned here about the Titan and the Titanic. Even in my real life story about my late wife and her family. When my late wife passed away on January it was in January 13th 2019. Yes, it was January 13th 2019 she passed away. I had to think about that. Now it's been 6 years, so so what do you think of all that, huh? Okay, back on my late wife. Okay, when she died on that day. Now, a year before then, her mother died on September the 10th. Oh my gosh, my mother-in-law died on that day. I remember because my wife and I were in her room when it happened. We didn't even realize it happened until we'd gone home. We just thought she dozed off, really. She was talking about how she could see angels and stuff. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, my mother-in-law passed away on September the 10th. The day before 9/11, I remember that. Because the day before 9/11, oh man. It's the day Lisa passed away. And a few months later, my wife passed away. Well, not a few months, but a year. Oh man. And then, okay, a year. So Lisa passed away. I forgot. It must have been 2017, September the 10th, 2017. And then on January 13th, 2019, my wife passed away. A little over a year after she loses her mom. Okay, so the whole family goes. So I'm trying to tell the story. I'm not a very good storyteller. So a year before Lisa passes away, they're just my wife's mother. My wife's dad, David Pertouche, he passed away a year before Lisa did. First it was her dad, then it was her mom, then it was Nicole. And then a year after Nicole died, her brother passes away. Yeah, her little brother passes away. Yeah. Mom, dad, brother, sister, the whole family. Even the cat and the dog. And 2 uncles in between all that. Uncle Joe and Uncle Robert. So she lost 2 uncles. And her mom and dad. The whole family was gone within 3 or 4 years. I don't know what the timeline is. Because it'd be about a 4-year timeline. That's pretty close. The whole family. Mom, dad, their 2 kids, the cat, the dog. Even Lisa's 2 brothers, Robert and Joe. Gone. Robert and Joe both gone. She lost 2 brothers in a short period of time. Then she died. Then Nicole dies. Then Nicole's little brother dies a year later. And this is in my personal history here. This is my wife's side of the family. My side, besides losing my wife, my mom passed away in 2010, but we haven't had any losses since then. My brother and my dad have got some health issues going on, so I worry about both of them at the same time. But I just thought I'd get this video out there. This video, I guess, longer than I anticipated it to be. I'm a rambler, and I just wanted to give some historical context as well as real life context context, that these coincidences can happen. I've talked about this before. Coincidences that happen. Like the Christopher Reeve passed away, right? A year later, his wife passes away. What about the girl from the movie Clueless? What was the actress's name? She was in the movie Clueless. She dated the skateboarder. She was Luann on King of the Hill. Well, she died, and about a year later, her husband dies of the same thing in the same room. Look it up. Look it up. These paranormal events happen. And Cobra Kai, it's not just in the movie Snake Eyes that reflects real life, but in the movie, the TV series Cobra Kai. Now, in the original Karate Kid film, one of the Cobra Kai characters says, "Body bag, yeah!" Well, 30 years later, in the TV series Cobra Kai, that same character gets put in a body bag. The same character that said that line. And in real life, he dies in real life, dies of cancer. Now, maybe the producers knew that. I don't know. But I'm just pointing out other things that have happened. In other strange, coincidental things. Christopher Reeve dies. A year later, his wife dies. How about Carrie Fisher? She dies, 3 days later, her mom dies? Remember that? Oh, did you know that, talk about Charlie Kirk was born, Charlie James Kirk, on October the 14th, 1993. George Floyd was born October the 14th, 1973, 20 years apart. George Floyd, the controversial man that the left has adopted as their... It divided the country. But George Floyd and Charlie Kirk have the same birthday, 20 years apart. Look it up. Look it up. I'm not kidding. I'm sorry this video went on. I just wanted to get some context. You know, everybody knows I'm a rambler. And the iPad died on me. That's an old iPad. It's 8-9 years old. It's lived, and I'm getting ready to replace it here. But I have backup systems, so we're good. So I want to thank everybody coming on board this journey with me. I just wanted to add some context into this phenomenon about the movie Snake Eyes. It is weird, but this has happened before in Titanic, in my personal family. So these strange, bizarre things happen. They just do. And so you're going to hear a lot more, but I'm just sticking with the facts. So without repeating myself, it's hard to say au revoir. So, a gratin. A gratin, everybody. A gratin. Guess what? Everybody knows what this is. Everybody knows what I'm getting ready to do. And the iPad is a lot closer to me. So everybody knows I'm getting ready to push that magic button with the magic finger. It's hard to say au revoir. So, a gratin. Oh, I'm pushing the button. It's right there. It's right there. Here I go. Oh no. really good. I promise you.